Purist is a word often used in the LEGO community to describe a minifigure that LEGO would never make and uses already existing pieces for its creation. Purist custom minifigures have existed forever, most notably with Star Wars before 1999. But in today's case, we're talking about another very large franchise being The Legend of Zelda. With it being the 40th anniversary and the upcoming final battle set, what better time is there to talk about how genius LEGO Zelda fans are and how awfully close their Purist minifigures were to the official figures. Now, LEGO Zelda is something we've wanted for years, with the oldest image I found dating back to 2001. Now, during this time, the perfect LEGO Link minifigure would be the Forestman, who already had a green tunic and a pointy hat. Some other good options were to use a pirate bandana or straight up use clay for his hat. Now, this is far from perfect if we were to compare it to the official Link figure, but we did steadily see improvements throughout the years, as seen with Brick 101's LEGO Link video that showed a grand variety of pieces for Link. You see, the two biggest concerns that came when building a LEGO Link minifigure were the legs and hair hat combo. Some people opted for painted or brick-built legs, and for the hair/hat it was more of a compromise over which looked better. Heck, even I am a victim of this. Have you seen my old Link minifigure? This was a notable flaw when it came to building Purist Link minifigures that was all going to change in 2013 with the collectible minifigure series Elf that had a pointy green hat and pointy ears. This piece easily became the norm when it came to LEGO Link minifigures, as seen with Suck My Bricks LEGO Zelda Ocarina of Time animations, and Sylvan Cinema's LEGO Link's Epic Adventure. Then came 2016 that introduced the Arabian Night minifigure and Peter Pan. These two would somewhat solve the underlying issues I mentioned earlier, but however, they were kind of controversial. The Arabian Night's legs would only work for an Ocarina of Time Link, as the other iterations like Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword would use the same year's hiker's legs. And when it came to the Peter Pan hat combo, well, the issue was the hair. The hair is orange and not yellow. Nonetheless, it was an option at least. In 2017, the LEGO Ninjago movie and LEGO Batman movie would come out and introduce an amazing array of pieces. Specifically the Lloyd hair, the Reggae Batman's arms, and Robin's arms. Lloyd's hair was somewhat become the standard for Link, but we gotta acknowledge the LEGO Batman movie pieces. The Reggae Man's arms were perfect for an Ocarina of Time Link, and they literally used that exact same piece on the official figure. And same with Robin's. Now, this year would also be the release of Breath of the Wild that facilitated the creation of a LEGO Link, as his hat and green tunic would be a thing of the past. Steve's torsos, Knight torsos, Soko's torso, any torso that happened to be blue was considered perfect for Link's champion's tunic. And people love to over-equip him with items by putting a quiver over his legs and using rubber bands. It will only be until later on that fans would start using Frozone's arms and more detailed torsos like young Boba Fett's. 2020 would also bring a great assortment of pieces for Link, such as the old elf hat with light nougat ears and the Series 20 Viking that had a perfect torso and arms with legs for a Hyrule Warriors Link. This year would also mark LEGO and Nintendo's partnership with the LEGO Mario sets. Fast forward 2 years later, in 2022 we got the Series 22 Forest Elf that had an amazing torso for a Wind Waker Link in bright green. Staying on the topic of torsos, the Series 23 Elf would have a green torso with a notable brown belt. But that isn't all, as the LEGO Cities Astronaut line would welcome a new dual-molded arm in medium azure and white, which was the same exact piece they used on the official Breath of the Wild Link and Zelda minifigures. The following year would be big for us Zelda fans, as it will be the release of the long-awaited Tears of the Kingdom, and we'll get the first glimpse of a LEGO Legend of Zelda set. We'd first see LEGO Series 24's Falconer, whose pieces would very often be used for Link's Champion's leathers. And to celebrate Disney's 100th anniversary, they released plenty of themed sets like the house from Up that would introduce the same legs that are used on the official Young Link. They'd also release Disney's Series 3 with Pocahontas. Pocahontas would show us what would come to be the color of the legs used for the official Breath of the Wild Link. Finally, in 2024, we get our last stand for Purist Links, with the Snow White's cottage giving us a new assortment of elf hats for Link. Then came May 28th, where we'd witness what could only be described as a dream. And there's a brief and condensed history on how people created their LEGO Link minifigures from the very start. And remember, we only covered Purists in this video, but there is also a great history of painted and fake LEGO customs, so let me know if you'd ever like to see that in the future. Guys, thank you all for watching, I hope you've enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to subscribe as it pushes me forward to create bigger and greater projects. Happy 40th anniversary to the Legend of Zelda, and I hope you all enjoy your Ocarina of Time final battle set.
The one in charge
of stealing away Calamity Ganon.
is your daughter.
Zelda.